Hi, my name is Erb Young with Erb Young. Today I'm going to talk to you about a couple tips to help you become a better commercial insurance buyer. One of the biggest problems and challenges that we see when somebody comes to us for the first time is they've gotten to the rhythm of blasting out their insurance every single year. The smart thing to do, of course, would be to have every single carrier and every single agent shop your insurance every year, right? That way you can assure you get the best price. Absolutely not. That's actually probably one of the worst things that you could possibly do. Most people don't understand that our job as agents is to advise on coverage, get better terms, understand policy language, and then help somebody navigate the marketplace. One of the biggest misconceptions as a business owner or a HR or risk manager is that having multiple agents look at your stuff every single year and blasting it out to every carrier actually hurts you rather than helps you. Here's why. Every single insurance carrier that you send this information to keeps a log. They keep a history of your account. And when they pull up an account, we send out this submission one year and we say, hey, we've got this great customer. We build a narrative, we have a story, we present that story, and we let them know that they could be a long-term customer for that carrier. They pull up their history log and see that 4 different agents have sent them submissions every single year for the last 10 years. What it does is it shows them that you're a shopper, it shows them that you're not loyal, and it shows them that even if they win the business this year, it's very unlikely that they're going to keep it the next year. So one of the biggest things that you can do as a business owner or somebody operating or managing an insurance portfolio is make sure that you be much more strategic in where and who you send your insurance out to. If you need to use multiple agents every year, the reality is your agent's probably not doing a good job. Navigating the marketplace has to do with being strategic on who you send it to, when you send it to them, and why you send it to them. The only reason that you should ever need 2 agents when going through what we call a marketing process is if one agent is missing a particular market that could be great for your business. That is the only situation where it makes sense to have 2 different agents. And if you are going to have 2 different agents through that marketing process, the best way to do that is make sure you have them communicate, or at least you control the process to make sure that the same carrier doesn't get the same submission from each agent. Because another thing that another misunderstanding that people have is that 2 agents can get quotes from the same carrier. That is not the case. It's an exclusive relationship. The first agent to get that portfolio submission over to the carrier locks in the ability to get that rate. And what happens is when a carrier sees multiple submissions from multiple agents, it immediately puts their attractiveness down on that risk. So if I have a stack of submissions that I'm working on, if I'm an underwriter, and I have one that the agent has communicated me that this person has tenure, they've been with the carrier for the last 5 years, they do not shop around, they're loyal to whoever they're with, but they're looking this year because they had a significant rate increase. And oh, by the way, they've been with the same agent for a long period of time. That is a submission that I'm going to work on as an underwriter because it's exactly what I'm looking for. Then if I have another submission where I've gotten 15 different submissions from 4 different agents and I can look in the history of my system and see that this is what happens every single year, that one's going to get put to the bottom of the list. And if I quote it, I'm not going to give better terms. The narrative doesn't fit, right? Our job as an agent is to make the insurance buyer look as attractive as possible. Because keep in mind, the way that we come up with insurance pricing is just what is the cost of transferring this risk out. For better insureds or lower risk insureds, the pricing is better. So the job of your agent should be to make you as attractive as possible to the underwriter. And making sure that you manage what submissions go out to which carriers every year is one of the number one ways that you can affirm or secure the fact that that narrative is going to fit and that you're going to have an attractive risk long term. So keep in mind, if you're planning on being in business for more than a couple years or more than 1 year, keep in mind, don't chop the nose off in spite of the face, right? We've got to create a narrative over year after year after year that makes you an attractive insurance buyer, which makes transferring the risk more attractive to the insurance company, which in turn gets you better terms and lower pricing. So I hope that helps. I'll share some other tips in some other videos, but I hope that's helpful.